estate, let's get it done. Clicks and reviews, we're number one. Reputation's key, we'll show you how. AI's the future, the time is now.
I again don't have music, so 1.5 minutes ago, I prompted Gemini to make me a song, so I have something on this computer to put it here. So I'm going to upload this, and we'll together see how it did. I said, make me a pop song for my Google for Real Estate podcast, and that's all I said. Come up, everybody else. I'm going to mod you to... how do I do this? Forget how to upload audio effects. Custom effect. Used to be able to add YouTube videos as songs, and it's still, you can, but it doesn't work. You're supposed to be able to, but it doesn't work for me. All right. What's this? Oh, that's all right. Okay. New intro song. Well, I don't know if it's new. I'm probably going to stick with the other one because it's on my podcast and everything. But one for this computer, when I do it on this computer, let's see what Gemini came up with. And you could make these for houses. I don't know if I talked about that on here. I don't have much of a list today. All right, let me play this and then we'll go into it. All right, give it a listen.
Blueprints drawn on a glowing screen, finding paths that remain unseen. Visibility in every search, finding gold from a digital perch. Finding gold from a digital perch. Build the blueprint, scale the sky. Watch the signal amplify. Deep connection, real discovery. Strategy and high recovery. Strategy and high recovery. Every click is a door that swings, harvesting the growth that digital brings. Moving fast where the light is bright. Moving fast where the light is bright. Turning search into absolute sight. Build the blueprint, scale the sky. Watch the signal amplify. Deep connection, real discovery. Strategy and high recovery. Strategy and high recovery. Your growth, your search, your signal. Let's start the show.
Huh. Not the greatest, but
It was fun.
it's an example of that's literally one sentence prompt, like zero instruction. Typically I would give it a little bit. A song for my Google for Real Estate podcast, pop, upbeat, and that's what it came up with. And I did it on, if you're making music, you will want to do it on Pro, I think. If you're doing it on, I guess Gemini is the only place you can do it on the regular models, but I would do it on Pro, on the best model you can, on the most thinking level. So Pro extended, or Flash extended, or whatever you have access to, the highest thinking level, because you heard what it comes up with even on Pro extended thinking. It was not bad. It's fun and more a novelty than anything else. But you'll definitely get better results, also prompting better and giving it more. And you could give it actual lyrics and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. I made a couple songs for a listing too. I just gave it, well, I have a notebook for every listing that has everything you could know about it, including the transaction, blah, blah, blah. So I can plug my expert in there and say, hey, make a song about the house, make sure to talk about, so you can make a song. Maybe your area likes country mostly, so make a country song about just the upgrades that the owner has done since they bought it in 2020. And then you got a song about that, and then you can make like a whole album about the house really in not too long of time, and they're not terrible. I mean, they're stupid really, but and a novelty, like I said, but it's fun. Kids would probably like it. I did this at a soccer tournament. I love soccer tournaments. I'm usually the DJ for the soccer tournaments with the speaker and stuff. This year with AI, I plugged all the team's name into it, every player's name into it, or I made a prompt, every player's name in the prompt, and then filled out some more stuff in the prompt. Talk about this is the name of the team name is Stars. They're from Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, all the stuff that it would need to know. And then I would just drop this into Gemini and tell it, I would just change the genre or the tempo or whatever. So I would like make a pop one, upbeat, similar to K-pop. What's the Demon Hunters, whatever that is. Isn't there is that just K-pop, Demon Hunters? Is there a name for that group? It's been so long. Anyway, similar to that, it pops it out. And then I would do another one. So by the time the first one was done, I had another one to play like right away because it takes a few minutes to do. And they were loving it. For like an hour, I was just playing songs and they would all sit there and wait for their name. And sometimes it would mess up a name, or it would say a name twice, or it would say the name. Like sometimes you learn, like, don't give it too much, because I did have every player and every position that every player, and now it's got to think through all that and match it up in the song. So it would be saying that one player is a goalie. So sometimes you have to simplify it a little bit. But that was super fun with the music on Gemini. And you just heard what it did here. I did not open the room, did I? Let me do that. I'll probably include this first part in the actual recording later, so that those people can hear that too. Welcome to Google for Real Estate. I'm Derek Bixler, real estate agent, outdoor adventure sportsman, volunteer firefighter, local SEO guy, and Google Gemini AI geek. Let's get into it. I missed last week and had a bunch of people messaging me, what's up, what's going on? I just didn't have, I was kind of busy, didn't feel like it, and didn't have much to talk about, wasn't much news. And this week is actually similar, but I didn't do one last week, and usually once I turn the mic on, I can come up with something to yap about. I do have a couple of notes here to talk about, and then obviously we can do any Ask Me Anythings or wins or anything that anybody wants to share. And since I took a week off, hopefully there's some of that stored up. Or I think of some stuff. So I guess I'll pause right there for, does anybody on stage, or if you're down below and want to come up, if you're here live on Clubhouse, come up. Anybody have anything? Questions, wins, Google Business Profile, Google Ads, local services ads, SEO, blah, blah, blah.
I
Derek,
do. I'm sorry.
you're fine. I
Ooh,
was
this
gonna
is
ask Derek if you're
awesome.
doing this on Google Meets as well, or just Clubhouse. I always forget if you're online.
What'd you say? What was the first part of what you said?
I was just wondering if you were doing this on Google Meets as well, or just on Clubhouse. I always forget if you're online.
Oh, if I'm doing a live video version? No, I don't.
Okay. I didn't
I
think
probably
so, but I wasn't sure.
should, I guess.
But go ahead, Elizabeth. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
All good.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Derek, for doing this. Thank you for opening up this week. I do have a question. So on my Google My Business, all of a sudden I can't add any products with prices anymore. Maybe you covered that a long time ago. So I used to put my listings in there and I would have the price, and now it says you can't do that. And then it said something like your store. Like you're not allowed to do that. So I'm really confused.
I just did a blog post on Substack. Follow me on Substack, link in the chat or in the emails I send out. So yes, a while ago, Google started enforcing the immovable property policy that they have for Merchant Center and for products on the Google Business Profile, basically for products on Google, other than this would be separate from those new Google real estate home search ads. But so they're enforcing this policy, immovable property, which just means you can't put immovable property on Google in the product section as something for sale. So what you need to do is don't do it again. And also I would officially, I'm just telling everybody to delete anything home search, homes for sale. A lot of us, you want to post the solds, especially because that's like social proof and a nice big bank of a bunch of houses that you sold and stuff. I'm telling people to delete all those too. So don't add any homes for sale, whether it's your listing or just like homes under 500,000 that goes to a home search. Don't put just a plain home search. No sold homes either. That will probably get rejected. I know how to do it where it wouldn't get caught. And on the profiles that I manage and on mine personally, you'll still see a whole bunch of solds on there because they're not rejected and I know how to do it. I am not adding new ones because I don't want to push it too hard, even though I know how to kind of like get around it. So you might be able to leave your solds. I would for sure delete any for sale or listings or stuff for that like that. And then if you're leaving the solds, I guess I think the two things, if you want to try it, but officially I didn't tell you, if you get suspended and do this, that's on you. I think the things, if you want to leave the solds, the price is a big one to not put on there. So no price, which I'd never put anyway, because if I put a sold in there now for 300, 500,000, that's going to look weird 5 years from now, or if it's sold again and it's a different price or something. So and nobody really cares. It's the quick scroll, the big impact of sold in Mechanicsburg, sold in Carlisle, sold in Mechanicsburg, sold in Carlisle. That kind of thing is what you're going for. Maybe price range too, I suppose. But so no price for sure. And then also the link, it's best, I think this is just what I've noticed in my own experience. I haven't heard anybody else talk about it. The link I would not have go to the property page, which would have a price and be information about a thing for sale. And it for sure scans everything attached to your Google Business Profile website related. So if you want to try to keep the solds, delete the price, make sure it says sold and not for sale or something. Very explicit. I don't think it really cares that much, but I would anyway. And then no price, either no link or link to Calendly. I link to my Calendly link, but don't link to the
Can
property
we
page.
still have links when we do a regular post on like an update, and then we put
Yeah.
like a house, and okay, so we could do that. So what's the purpose of products anymore? Just like, is there anything else we could put in there besides, if we don't want to do sold anymore, or we don't want to do houses, can we have another product?
Yeah. Yes. So I still like to utilize the product section technically for service businesses in general. You're not really supposed to use the product section at all because we don't sell actual products and other than houses. And you just heard why we can't add those. So officially, you're not really supposed to. However, they do not police. They don't have the bandwidth to police everything. So as of right now, they're policing the immovable property thing, but adding services as products, you can still do. And I feel comfortable saying you can still do that. As long as there's no price. Usually there's no price on them or anything. So for instance, on mine, home price analysis, general home listing service, investments. I should actually delete some of these. I did not audit my product section since I changed all my branding and like what I'm trying to
So you're
rank
putting
for SEO wise. Yes.
services in products? So then,
Yep.
okay. Oh, and then there could be a picture of us actually doing it. Like if I do staging, I could have a picture of me staging, and then,
Yes, that would be
okay.
good. I like to put words on it, like almost like it's a button. So think about when somebody lands on your Google Business Profile, or when you go to a plumber's Google Business Profile or a restaurant or whatever, you're not spending a lot of time scrutinizing it. You're searching for the thing you needed. You click on one that you like for whatever reason, and then you're scrolling pretty quickly through it, looking for whatever you were looking for, or just enough like, looks pretty good, I'm going to call the person. So all the imagery and everything, I really want punching people in the face with what I want to tell them, very big and plainly, almost like big call outs and buttons. So if you were to look at mine, feel free to do that, everybody. That helps my SEO. Type in Derek Bixler, realtor, and then look at my product section. You'll see, or Krista Lorenzo, or Lisa Williams, better yet, she's in the room, or was 5 minutes ago when I was looking at the screen. Google any of us and you will see that product section. So a big word. So when somebody's scanning, they typed in listing agent in Carlisle or realtor in Carlisle or whatever. So when they choose to look at my Google business profile, you want it telling them, I do what you need done. I am a realtor in Carlisle and I'm awesome at it. Those kind of three things. I do what you need done in the place you need it done and I'm awesome at it. As they're scrolling it, and you got to be quick about it. So with the services, you just want to call out as they're scrolling, like, hey, I do listing services. Hey, I do buyer agent services. So there's that. And then also, when somebody's scrolling through your Google business profile, there are 3 sections of imagery for the most part, pictures. So all the way at the top is always the photos section, which may or may not have update images intermingled
And
with
did
them
they
a
stop
little bit.
doing videos on? Because now I used to update all the time with small videos, like 30 seconds, and they stopped. They won't let me do it anymore. It's just only photos now, it seems like, on all the updates.
You should be able to.
It won't let me anymore.
As far as video goes on the Google business profile, I wouldn't. So
Updating
for
videos, small snippets of videos. I used to do it all the time. And now it
yeah,
only lets me update a photo with a
it could
caption.
be the videos you were up. It's very finicky and it's hard to even know why when it rejects them, but it is known to reject videos a lot that you post. So if you did it a lot and it didn't like it or something, then it just, like, it could be just your account. That is a possible thing, but technically you are still able to upload a video with a post. I usually coach not to. Overthinking or spending too much time on the updates, I don't believe does much of anything. Google would rather, frankly, show your Instagram videos or your TikTok videos or some of your YouTube videos as updates or latest things from this business a lot of the time. So, and it's scanning all that stuff, as opposed to like scanning videos on your Google business profile that were posted there. You do want to post to the Google business profile, but spending too much time or worrying about like cross post, like every video you do and you cross post it everywhere, putting it on Google, I would not worry about that. I guess there could be an argument made for conversion. You do want to be highly conversion focused with the Google business profile. So maybe that would endear you if people watch your videos on there and they like you, then they call, and that works that way, maybe. But I really like to keep it super simple in the updates section, especially if you're in that boat where it's not even letting me anymore. Then I would for sure just stop, even if you don't know why, or you think it was working and it's working now. Clearly they don't like it, so I would just stop. And then also, I don't think it's worth all that effort, for sure not every day. I would just, you could post listings for sales, solds, open houses, all that stuff in there, which may have an image, may have a video. If you're in
Hmm.
that boat, don't do the video, just do the images.
Right.
What I stick to, weekly checklist, one update, one post, and it's a testimonial. So if you were to look at mine or any of my clients, other than some of my clients have somebody else doing stuff in there, which, and then you'll see one of theirs in there, and I'm always like, get that out of there, stop them, tell them to stop doing that. It's just testimonial every week. So
Okay. And
yeah,
I just
takes
have
5
one
minutes.
last question, and thank you so much. This was very, very helpful. I stopped using the business or the Google local ads. I was paying like $500 a month, and I was getting a lot of calls, maybe 3 times a week, but they were all like for mobile homes, or I need an appraisal, or like it wasn't, and I would hit maybe one a year where it probably paid for the thing, but I don't know. For some reason, I just wanted to stop because it actually was coming out to be 1,000. I couldn't keep up with the credits. Like, I didn't offer the service and I keep on going back and disputing it. So I got rid of it the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And since I did that, I noticed I'm getting less calls from my Google My Business. So I want to know, does Google local ads push your Google My Business profile page too? Because I know the difference between the calls I'm getting from Google, local ads, because I see it. But then I was still getting calls from people that saw my profile and went to my website and everything. So is there any correlation? Like, did that hurt me by not doing the ads anymore?
Probably. It's hard to know for sure, but one thing is, if somebody sees you in local services ads and they like your face and they're comparing you to somebody, it is possible that they go just Google you and pull up other stuff about you, which would be your Google business profile right in their
Right.
face first thing. So that would make sense that you get stuff indirectly from ads that you don't
Mm-hmm.
really know about sometimes. And then also, I don't think there's any official thing out there, but if you're paying for a service and it is connected to your Google business profile, the ad is completely separate, operates separately, other than it sharing the reviews. It is separate. But if you're paying for services there, would they favor you or give you a little
Yeah,
juice or
that's what I'm
boost over there?
thinking.
It's possible. I don't think they officially say things like that, but I mean, yeah. But for sure, the other reason people looking at you on the ad, they don't call anybody from the actual ads. They go research the people and then they actually call you. So probably, I would guess a little bit of both.
So maybe
Yeah.
I accounted wrong. Like maybe I am getting them from the local ads, but I'm not being charged for them because then they go to my profile. I don't know. Now I'm really confused what to do. I just wanted to
With
cut.
those people, it's easy to turn them off because you have a couple, like few hundred, 500 like months. But in the real scheme of things, just that one deal probably paid for like 2 years worth of running the ads or something.
Oh
So,
yeah, it paid for itself.
and then when you turn it off, if a surge comes, then you're not there. Cause a lot of times, even the people at the top aren't getting a lot. And then rates drop, or it's the beginning of the year, or it's whatever, it's spring and now everybody's looking and you just turned it off 2 months ago because you were sick of paying the bill or whatever. And I get
Right.
it, I do it too, clients do it, we all do it. But if you can stick in there, plus they like longevity, an account that never turns it off and is always in there and always answers the calls and everything, why wouldn't they favor an
Ugh,
account like
so
that
now
over somebody that turns it
yeah.
on and off and Johnny
Well, I
come
never
lately?
shut it off. Like I've been good for so many, and I get so many calls. And for some reason, I'm like, oh, let's just shut this off. It's $1,000 a month. I don't like the quality of the leads and everything, but I was getting, and like you said, it paid for it. So maybe that was dumb to do that. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe I'll turn it back on.
Yeah, and versus any other ad that's super complicated to set up. You need 8 billion images and videos and landing pages. And if you don't do all that, it's going to be a crap ad and not work on Google or Meta or something like that. Super complicated. And it's going to spend whatever budget, 500 a month, 1,000 a month, no matter what, whether somebody called
Right.
you or not. So, yeah, I think it's still the best. One thing you could do, well, two things to think about. One more reason to turn it on for everybody is the way to be an agent in the new Google home search ads. So when these things roll out, and I haven't seen them yet, and who knows if they'll even happen, people talk about things and then you never see it. But when it rolls out, what they're saying right now is to be the agent in there. It'll be just like Zillow. If somebody clicks to go see the property or give me more information or whatever, it's not going to go to the listing agent. It's going to go to somebody running Google ads, and it's local services ads. So if you want to be included as an agent in the running in those new Google home search ads, you have to have local services ads set up, and you have to have the buyer's agent turned on. So they're buyer agent
Who's
leads for the
running
most
the
part.
ads? When you say the Google Home ads,
It's just included, is in my understanding of it. Who's running the ads? Google has a partnership with House Canary. House Canary then partners with like brokerages and multi-lists and things, and they're slowly onboarding more. I haven't checked for the last couple of weeks how many, but slowly onboarding more. And then House Canary sends the feed to Google, and then Google has these new, essentially, if you searched, well, let me do it right now and let me not talk about it, and then it's like sitting there working right now. Carlisle homes for sale, but technically if I type something like that in, there would be an ad all the way at the top of, a carousel of pictures and houses for sale straight from Google. Carlisle homes for sale. I don't see any on mine. Actually, I think it might have been just mobile. So let's do it real quick there. But to be included in that, you would have to have local services ads turned on, and you would have to have buyer's agent turned on also. I don't see it on mine either on mobile, but I would expect they roll it out in big markets, California or something.
How do you turn it on for, I'll turn my ad back on, but you said turn it on for buyer's agents too. How do you turn it on there?
If you click the profile and budget tab and then go down to, I believe it's called services, it'll be pretty obvious. There's little green or red dots on the things when you look at them. I'm trying to pull it up. My internet's being slow. You can select, you click in there to edit your services, and then you can select which ones: seller's agent, buyer's agent, relocation, rentals, which most of us have turned off, property management, usually turned off, other, usually turned off, seller's agent for sure. I think luxury properties or something. Mine won't pull up, but right there, you could just make sure buyer's agent's turned on. Like for instance, I turned mine everything off except for seller's agent. Which will stop your calls, by the way, for sure. But I did it because I'm trying to go hardcore. But then when I heard that news, I was like, well, I do want to be in that. So then I turned my buyer's agent back on.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. And you could always, if it's too much calls and you're like, I still want to be doing it and I want them to like me and I want to get a couple calls here and there, but I don't really want to spend as much or whatever, maybe you back your budget down a little bit or turn a couple services off. I mean, buyers and sellers agent is really the majority of everything for the most part. Yeah, there are other things you could do to maybe back off a little bit without just turning it off. Anybody else have anything or any follow-ups to that? That was great and timely. Sweet. All right. What do I got here? Messaging tab. About a week ago, I pull up my Google Business profile and the messages tab was there again, which went away a good, I don't know, a year ago, maybe. And it was there again. And on mobile, which I need to check as we speak, the Q&A tab was back for some reason. So I feel like they were glitching out over there. And as I pull it up on mobile right now, the messages tab that was new as of a week ago went away now. As of, I think, yesterday, I was at Hershey Park. I didn't look at anything. So Monday was when I realized the messages tab that just appeared a few days prior disappeared. So I'm not seeing the messages tab in there anymore. And on mobile, it's got the Q&A tab back again, which, get rid of it. And it does not. Yes, it does take me to somewhere. How's the mind, blah, blah, from Juan? Yes. So that is my actual Q&A history. And it's back. So hopefully that goes away again. Can I report? I can't do anything with it. I can delete it and answer it again. But anyway, so more to come on that, I guess. That was pretty big news. Messages back, and it looked when you opened it up that it was integrating with your Google Ads, and there was also an AI component to it. So it appears that they're going to, I would assume, in the Google Business Profile, both on the Google Business Profile and with ads, give the ability to have their AI assistant answer the phone and talk to people for you. So that's what was interesting. Well, in that case, it would be a message, but the phone thing would be coming also. So that was interesting. More to come on that, I guess. I need to Google and see what other people were talking about. I was one of the first ones posting about it when I was doing it. So there wasn't much other stuff to read or for me to learn about. All right. So that's the messaging tab. I guess no news there. And the last thing I had here was to audit a website. And I don't know if I want to do, I guess we got 30 minutes. I could do that. Just a basic audit of a website, which I've never done on here. I've done Google business profiles before, but I think I want to do a website, just basic website audit, just run through it and kind of pick it apart a little bit. And just like we do with the Google business profiles, I will take volunteer, or I will just Google somebody somewhere. Or if somebody wants to pick apart a competitor in their market, we could do that as well. And I'm not going to use any back-end tools that give me all this crazy heady stuff, which is important, but I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to surface level look at it. What do I think of these pictures? What do I think of the basic setup? What do I think of the basic headlines and things and logos, yada, yada? Does it have all the information that needs to be there, especially to match and be consistent with the Google business profile and reinforce the Google business profile? So it'll be, I would call that a basic audit, I suppose. So anybody want to be the guinea pig or have a market that they want me to pull up a competitor or something? Or give me a place. Somebody at least just shout out a U.S. city. Or put it in
Lakeland,
the
Florida.
chat. Lakeland, Florida? All right. So you do want to do a competitor.
Who's my competitor?
Let's find out. So first, I guess we'll do the whole exercise. We'll start with Googling Lakeland, Florida realtor. And
Do I come up?
So first thing here is realtor.com, and that's common, especially if somebody types in realtor versus real estate agent. So you got realtor.com, and then you have the local pack, so to speak, or what it's called, which is 3 Google business profiles with the map there. The first being Live Florida Realty.
Yeah,
Second,
I know them.
Yeah, sweet. Or not sweet, but Gate, Artie, and the group, Keller Williams Realty.
Yeah.
The reason why I said sweet, I guess, is sometimes you'll see people in here and people are like, I don't even know who that is. They shouldn't even be ranking there. They work 8 hours away. So it's good that at least, yes, they're actually there. And then Lakeland Homes and Realty is the third one. And then if I click more businesses, let's see. And you are Elizabeth Willers, Lakeland Realtor, Sirhant.
Right. And
82 reviews.
I just did it with my coach, with Tom Ferry, and I was like the 28th one. But then that was before I turned off my local service ad. So I don't know where I stand now. So, but that's fine. You don't have to look for me.
I got you at number 11, just here on a manual, looking at it, search. And if you use a tool, they
Am I 11?
Gobbledygook to kind of come up with the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm 11. So I did better.
Well, you also have to take into account where the person's searching from and what I typed into the search. So that can make a difference. But somebody searching from far away like me, if I type in place realtor and you have it exactly in your name, right? Yeah, Lakeland Realtor.
Did you say
so
best
that's going to
realtor?
help you. I just said Lakeland, Florida Realtor.
Yes, I've been trying to use that as much as possible. So it worked. Good.
Yeah. And especially because I'm far away. So it's going to, rather than giving me proximity, like somebody in your market, if they searched, they're going to pull up ones closest to them ranking and then kind of go farther out. So when somebody searches from far away, it uses a little bit different signals. Who's explicitly saying that thing. So it's not as proximity based when somebody's searching from far away. So me searching from here could be different than if there was somebody sitting in Lakeland searching. And people like me have tools where you could sit down and you could put a pin anywhere you want to and say, if somebody's sitting there, if somebody's sitting in Combi Settlement, whatever that is, Saddle Creek Park, Crystal Lake. If somebody's sitting in Crystal Lake and searches for a realtor, who's first? It looks like they're mostly all looks like they're all centered downtown. So proximity wise, all kind of competing. There are some others.
This is the thing. So I sold my office building. So it says, so I hid my office building because I sold it and I didn't want to change it because I'm working out of my home now, which is great because it's in a country club where I want to farm. But anyway, so my coach said, no, don't hide it. So I unhid it, but it's not my office anymore. But I know the lady who bought my office.
Yes, showing a physical address helps and is better. If at all possible, you can't at your house. You can't use PO boxes. You can't use shared workspaces, blah, blah, blah. They don't like any of that stuff. So yes, that is good. Are you okay by using an office that's not yours anymore? You're fine until they catch wind, and then you'll have to deal with it at that point. I don't think any consumers, that rarely happens. Like somebody shows up and, hey, they're not here. And then they go to your Google business profile and report a wrong thing. That rarely happens. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Other than Google maybe at some point catching wind somehow, and then you're all of a sudden suspended or unverified. And at that point, that's probably the reason, and you deal with it at that point. Anything else? Oh, we were going through this. All right. So we had it you're at 11. But which website should we do? Well, first, I want to go back for a second and make a comment. I don't see any local services ads on that search for me. And it can vary. I could refresh a screen, maybe have local services ads. I could do it on mobile, maybe have them, maybe not. But they are always testing new layouts and new things. So I just wanted to point out in that search, there was no local services ads. And actually,
I just turned it on.
Yeah, there was no local services ads, period. They didn't serve up any local services ads in the search results, is what I was saying. So in the search that I did, I would have nothing to do with it. It's just a note that they test stuff and sometimes you won't see them there. And I also don't see a lot of times the first business in the Google business profile pack will say sponsored. So it'll look just like all the other ones, but it'll say sponsored, and it'll probably have a call button on it. And all the other ones don't have a call button on it that aren't paying for it. And that would be a different ad than a local services ad, a regular Google ad that you have to set up separately. That's a little bit more complicated if you want to do it right. But I'm not seeing that either. So that's just a note, nothing having to do with you or any of this. Just in this specific search, there were 0 Google ads, like local ads for anything. And I'm not seeing any website sponsored ads either. Go ahead.
For anyone, you're saying for me, obviously, I just turned it on.
For anyone, period. Everything on here is organic. It's Realtor.com, not an ad. All Google business profiles, not ads. No local services ads. Zillow, not an ad. Realtor, not an ad. There's 0 ads on this page, which is weird.
Which is good for me if I want to cap on that. That's good because there's no competition.
Right. It's not like somebody else is getting the Google business or the local services ads traffic, but I wouldn't rely on this. It's like I said, people test people different places. 2 seconds from now, it's different. Other people's devices, blah, blah, blah. I would assume they are showing still. So let's pick one to do Live Florida. I guess we'll do the top person, but then we're going to be helping that top person. So, right. Because I'm going to be clicking all through their stuff and everything. Does it matter that much?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right. We'll do Live Florida, which I will note is outside of the city. They're not in the city center where like the clump is. So I think
are they in Winter Haven? I forget where they are, but they're a big brokerage that do a lot of ads.
Their address is Lakeland, so technically they are in Lakeland, but they're a little bit farther from the city center. So when somebody from far away is searching, Google ranks not on proximity. Usually the people that are located in the centroid, as Google defines it, like the downtown of the defined area, if that makes sense. And I can see that like everybody's clustered like downtown or kind of to the south side or closer to downtown. And it's like a gray area that's probably defining the more urban part. And then Florida's northwest, kind of removed. There's green around them and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, good.
So if somebody was near there and not removed like I am, they might not rank as high. Or no, I would think they would, they should rank lower in what I'm seeing, I would think. So they must be doing a really good job because they're not.
They spent a lot of money.
Yeah. They have 264 reviews, which isn't bonkers. I'm not seeing anybody with 300 as I scroll through is about the highest I'm seeing, which is a lot. That's nothing to sneeze at all. And there's some people with 100, 234 is Live Florida Realty, which is a lot, but it's not like thousands like my competitors at 8,000 or something. I don't know. So it's not crazy. So that's kind of good. If you got 82, get it up to that goal to get it up to triple digits and keep getting one every week. You got a pretty good chance if you optimize all your stuff. And
well, I'm just getting real sellers or buyers. I'm not asking anyone else to give me reviews. So maybe I need to up that more and just get other people.
For sure. The goal should be whatever Caden one a week is usually what I coach because that's somewhat manageable.
But who do you ask?
Any breathing body that will write one. Technically for Google, it needs to be anyone that has interacted with the business. So really you could bump into somebody at Starbucks. They see and you're really nice. Sorry, let me buy your coffee. And they see on your shirt that you're a realtor. And then they're like, they were really nice. And they look you up and give you a review that technically is valid. Professional reviews from other people, all that kind of stuff. So yes, reviews, and there's a lot of times past clients that didn't give one that you could ask again, or you forgot to ask that you could ask. Family members, other realtors, do the give one to a local business, send it to the screenshot. Hey, I gave you one. If you could hit me up and give me one, that'd be awesome. So yeah, it should be more of a, go ahead.
Buyers and sellers see that? Because it seems like I do get a lot of, oh, I read your review. That was amazing what you did for that seller. So if I get a bunch of like not family and friends, but businesses, it may bypass, or I don't know, it may show that they can't see what I did for them as a seller, as a buyer. Like I don't want it to be buried, the good stuff.
Yeah, that is a good point. So it's kind of playing both sides. So in the past, what reviews said in them really didn't matter all that much because people don't read. And some might, but most 80, 90% don't. And they on a survey, they'll say that they do, but then when they do screen shares and stuff, they don't. However, now they do because of AI for the most part. So AI reads all your reviews, plus AI summarizes and kind of tells you the main things that most people are talking about. And then usually people read that, maybe click on that, and then read the ones that it pulls up that are related to that. So all the AI stuff is making it a lot more important for people to write what you want them to write in the review. So if you want to be known for selling and listings and luxury and all that stuff, then you got to have your reviews talking about those things. So yes, if somebody gives you a generalized review, which I think a couple episodes I kind of did that, and you can all check your own profile. I'll tell you in a second how. If it's really general, then you will have, it'll all be really diligent, professional, great communication, all that kind of stuff, which is good, but not really what you want. You want it to be screaming out exactly what you want to be saying to people. Actually, let's see if you have it. So I'll type you into on Google Maps specifically is where I do this. And I'm pulling up Elizabeth, not Live whatever Realty. And I am not seeing the AI callouts like I see on others. There is a summarized with AI, but that's more of a description thing. There's a lot of times now a section at the top. It'll be kind of blue and it'll be obviously Gemini things, usually 2 or 3 call outs that says this business is kind of look good at this thing. And then if you click on it, it'll give you all the evidence. Usually it's reviews. Sometimes it's your website or another website or something. So on yours, I'm not seeing that. There could be a few reasons for that. But even without that, so everybody, you can check yours and look at, again, a couple episodes ago, I went through that, but pretty easy. It'll be very obvious. I would do it on Google Maps, pull up your profile, look at it, and it'll be right underneath like the photos and the main tabs and everything at the top. But if you don't have that, I would see that if you don't have that, probably a bad signal. Something's not recent enough, or some reason it doesn't have enough information to compute. It just like it went out and scraped your stuff and was like, not worth doing for them for whatever reason. So I don't know if that's actually true, but if it were mine and I'm going through a bunch, I'm like, they have it, they have it, they have it. Oh, I don't have it. I would probably look into that. But even if you don't have it, you can still go down to your reviews section, and right at the top of your review section, it'll have your review stars. And then usually, and this has been there for a while, even before AI, a bunch of buttons. So it will look at your old all your reviews and pick out the words, or sometimes like a 3-word phrase or something like that, that people are saying a lot. So for instance, on yours, free staging, and then it'll have a number next to it, how many times it was mentioned. Only 2 times, so I don't know why they shoved that one to the top, but, or maybe it's a recent one, maybe that's why. Free staging, 2 of them, and then if I click on it, it's going to show me them. Negotiator, 5.
Where are you seeing that? Because I went in, I can't see where you see free staging.
Are you on Google Maps on your phone?
Oh no, I'm on my desktop, and
Yeah,
I
go
could
to.
see. Okay, I'll go on my phone.
Yeah, sometimes it'll also be on desktop too. If you expanded it, it would be there too, probably. I like mobile. Just on Google Maps is my favorite place to look at my own or any Google business profile, because it has all the bells and whistles and things. So you get down there, free staging 2, negotiator 5. That's decent. I kind of like the negotiator one. That's good for a buyer or a seller. I like that one. Selling process, that one has the word selling in it, so I'm cool with that one. 2, so not a lot, but still it's saying it. Thoroughness, that's kind of a somewhat general one. Still, again, good. It's not bad, but it is kind of a general one. Helpfulness, again, somewhat general. And then finding a home, that would be good for buyers. So you got free staging, probably something that I'm guessing that's a unique selling proposition. I certainly don't stage. I mean, I help, I shimmy things, I'll move furniture, but the way that some do it, I don't do all that. So free staging could be a good offer / unique selling proposition. That's not too bad to have there. Negotiator, not too bad. I kind of like that one. Selling process, obviously that has to do with listings, so I like that one. Finding a home, if you want to appeal to buyers, that's good. And then helpfulness and thoroughness, those 2 I could do without. It'd be awesome if there was another buyer one or 2 more seller ones. Luxury home sales or something like that. So yours isn't, I mean, it's always going to be good for everybody because they're not calling out, unless you had lots of bad reviews, it's not just going to be calling out bad things. So when you look at yours, it's probably going to be good words and phrases, but is it really saying what you want it to be saying? Which leads to, how do you then change what it's saying? You got to change the reviews for that specifically. That review section button thing, that is only looking at reviews. So to change that, what that's saying, obviously you would have to have more people mention things. It is officially against policy to coach people on what to say, and you can't reward them. They will even explicitly ask them. I've seen screenshots of the, like, after they leave a review, Google then gives them a question. Did this business offer you rewards for this review? So that's how they find out. So hopefully they say no to that one. And then I could see them right after that serve up another. Did this business tell you what to write in your review? Why wouldn't they do that one? And if they say yes, then they'll get you on that one. So I
Do
don't see
they
how
ask those questions after
the
someone gives
rewards
you a
one for
review?
sure. I've seen a screenshot of it.
I
And I
Wow.
don't
want to
know why
I
share.
they
didn't know.
wouldn't do the other one.
Hey, Derek, it's Carly
What's
in
up?
Idaho. I just want to share that that rewards thing. I knew that was like not allowed, but also I try to sometimes like people that have worked with me, like I'll send out something or a text and be like, hey, like if I've tried really hard to get them to leave a review, I'll offer like a $5 Starbucks gift card, which I've done before. However, recently, it hasn't been like super recent. It's been a little while, but I updated my email signature, and in that I have a link to like if you've worked with me before, leave a review. I'm trying to like put this as many places that I can to get people to like leave reviews because I have such a hard time. But I put on there without really thinking, um, get a coffee on me or something, just a little like in italicized text after like asking them to leave a review. I've had that on there for quite a while. And just recently, like I guess it's been about a week and a half ago, all of a sudden my Gmail did not work anymore. I couldn't send anyone emails. It kept coming back saying that the recipient had me blocked, which they did not. And all of my emails were coming back from my clients, from the title companies, like nothing would go through. And I can't remember, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, I don't remember, but I was like, something's going on with my email and I can't figure out how to fix it. And that was the problem. I had to remove the um, like leave a review and get a coffee on me from my email signature. It blocked me from being able to use Gmail until I removed that text, and then it just magically worked again. So just FYI.
For sure. They will suspend your personal Google Gmail for these things too. And my guess is they are different departments and they probably have nothing to do with each other, but it's just a blanket thing that's not allowed. So in Gmail, even if Google Business Profile didn't exist, period, within Gmail and Google accounts, if they see that, they would likely get your account, suspend you or whatever. And then that could carry over if that's the email account that owns and or manages the Google Business Profile, could then carry over to penalties on the Google Business Profile. So yeah, don't do that for sure. Good example. Thanks for speaking up.
Yeah,
No
didn't even
rewards.
realize it or think much of it. I just, when I created my thing, I was like, oh, I'm just going to add this. And I've literally been using it for a really long time. And so I could not figure out why my email wasn't working. But after just doing a little searching around, and that was it. All I did was remove that verbiage and my email works again. So
Awesome. I'm glad it was that easy. Usually with Google, it's more of an exchange and hair pulling to get something to happen. So no rewards, and they will explicitly, even if it's not in your Gmail. Which, as soon as you were saying it, I was like, you use Google too, and you got that in your signature, even if I didn't know that was the thing they were looking at. But yeah, no rewards. Period. If you do give a reward, you got to tell them like, make sure you say no to that and don't say anything about it. And even telling them that, you're not allowed to coach them on what to say either, and they might get asked that. So here's what to do, what to say, what not to say. And then if you get hit up with questions after you give the review, make sure you say no to all those things. So instead of all that, just ask for reviews in a normal way. If you want to make sure they write something about selling or trying to get them to mention the process, instead of saying, can you just leave me a good review here? That's going to get you very professional, the general stuff. If you ask more, say what happened and how you felt about it, that's going to get you what you want. She helped me we were selling a house. They're going to talk about what happened. That's going to include selling or buying or relocating or military veteran, whatever. What happened? What did we do? And how did you feel about it? And we were so ecstatic at the end, and we would definitely use Elizabeth again. So it's in the way you ask. Don't ask, and you don't want to ask with a long diatribe of instructions and whatever either. So send them a link, give them a good prompt to hopefully get what you want out of it. And then hopefully you can get what AI and Google is summarizing about you to say what you want it to say. Where are we at? So, we're at 10. So maybe we'll leave the website part till later. So I'm going to put in my notes, it's Live Florida Realty. We'll pick it up next week with that website, and I'm just going to give it a quick scanny. I know what they're building in just by looking at it.
So are you doing like an analytics on their website? How are you scanning
No,
it?
right this second, I'm just looking down it with my own
Oh, okay.
eyes.
Okay. Ooh, this is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy special. I will definitely have some things to say about it just by giving it a quick glance. So cool. All right, we'll look at that website next week. Thanks everybody for dropping in. And as we go out, we will listen to this subpar song that Google made just before we came in here. So
Thank you,
later, everybody.
everyone. Thank you, Derek.
You bet.
Reputation's key will show you how. AI's the future, the time is now. Google for real estate, let's go. Agents and